chat. We'll be on here for the next hour talking to you guys, answering questions. I'm going to do a big unboxing from Anon. So Anon Goggles is the goggle sponsor for the channel this winter, and they've sent out 1, 2, 3, 4 big boxes. So I'm going to unbox those with you guys. Check that out. Also recap the last few weeks. We've been snowboarding in Crystal Mountain, Washington, Schweitzer Mountain, Idaho, and also up in Revelstoke, BC, Canada. So recap those trips with you guys, catch up, answer any questions you guys have, and also unbox all this stuff that Anon sent out. So before we get into it, let's just give a few shout outs to people that hopped on early. We got Shred1904, Ethan Rowe, Himalayan Tiger, Casey Tate, El Stacker Adventures on here saying cannonball the like button. Thanks, El Stacker. Robert Fowler got in here super early. Roland Sereni, Adventurer Carlos on here. What's up, dude? B&D Jiggin Adventures. Awesome. What's up, everybody? So yeah, stoked to be on here with you guys. Just got back last night from Revelstoke, Canada. Stopped into Whistler for a minute, visited some of the guys up there, Chris, Andreas, Brent, Alex, all those dudes. And then got back to Vancouver and found that there was a bunch of Anon boxes. So stoked to do this unboxing for you guys. I think there's a mixture of goggles, helmets, and face masks in here. So let's get into this. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope everyone's had some good days on the mountain. And we're actually trying to plan our next trip as well. So we're gonna see where we're gonna head to next. But yeah, let's get into this. So this is the first box. I have a feeling I know what this is. Let's get this rolling. All right. Oh, sweet. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a helmet, but it's not, it's goggles, I think. So this is Anon Wave Cell. Where is this a helmet? Oh, it's the Logan Wave Cell helmet. Oh, awesome. Let's check it out. Oh, at some point too, maybe a bit later, we'll do an SBC beanie sticker combo giveaway as well. Awesome, so Anon has sent out a Wave Cell helmet, the Logan. Oh, sweet. So if you guys have been watching the videos, I've actually been riding with the Logan helmet. I've had it for about a year now and been loving this helmet. It's lightweight. It's just like a very minimalistic design. And yeah, it's got the highlight, I think, is the Wave Cell technology. So I don't know if you guys can see it in there. It's like that green kind of webbing they've got going on in there. But it's designed to crumple. I actually forget. There's 3 things it's designed to do. So basically when you hit your head, it's not only going to, it absorbs the impact in 3 different ways. Yeah, I'll have to crumple. But yeah, you guys can see that pattern. So it's been specially designed when you do have impact with your head that it's gonna protect it. Another cool feature is that on the inside, it's got some padding in there, but it also has the BOA dial at the back. So for me, I have a fairly large head, so this is an XL helmet. But then to get it the perfect fit, you can dial in the BOA, and it just kind of shrinks up the inside a little bit. So yeah, stoked on the Logan Wave Cell helmet. I'll put a link to the helmet down in the description for you guys. Awesome. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. A bit of technical issues there. Okay, we're back. Sweet. All right, let's go. Let's move on to this box. I think I know what this is going to be. It's most likely goggles, but so yeah, really stoked to be working with Anon this season. Again, like if you guys have been checking out the videos, I've been wearing Anon goggles for the last, I think 3 seasons now. And so when I talked to them about doing a sponsorship, it was just like the perfect fit. Just already a huge fan of the goggles, been wearing the M4s, and definitely just like my favorite goggle. It's like it's big enough that you can see everything. The lenses are super high quality, and they've got the Magnetech, so it's really easy to pop the lenses in and out. So for changing lenses on a day. But yeah, let's check this out. Awesome, so they've sent out another pair of the M4s. Yeah, and again, the thing I love about the M4s is they're just so big. If you don't have like a really large face, the M3s are also like a really good option if you have like more of a medium sized head. All right, these are pretty funky. In the last few years, I've been riding the cylindrical lens, and this looks more like the spherical lens. So this is a bit different, so that's cool. Try a different shaped lens. And yeah, like as you guys can see with the Magnetech, they're just like so easy to just pop in and out of. Really cool, really great system. And yeah, let's try them on. Sick. Yeah, and they've just, like when I try on goggles, the main thing I'm looking for is that you can like easily see out of your peripheral, like to the sides, up and down, and also that it doesn't feel like you're looking through like a deep like hole, that the frame is close enough to your face that you're not like staring at the frame or feel like you're looking through a tunnel. And with these goggles, they sit really close to your face, so you don't really see the frame. And right now, like my range of sight is huge, so that's so important. I think to me, the best goggles are when you're like riding and snowboarding, you're not even thinking about them at all. You're just doing your thing, like enjoying the day on the mountain, and the goggles are just helping you to see like clearly and see better. And yeah, they just pop out super easy. I use this a lot, especially on warmer days where you may have some like fog, or like you're overheating and you get some fogginess happening inside your goggles. Just pop these out, wave them around a bit, release the fog, or even if you need to give the goggles a quick wipe and then back on. So that's awesome. And then they also come with the mask too. And the mask also works with the goggles. So it easily, like, I think there's like different clips. I wonder if this is the right clip for these goggles, if they've already had it installed. But yeah, then the mask clips right into the goggles too, so that on the mountain, you clip it in, protect your face from the snow, and then you pull it down. Really amazing system. So yeah, I got the Anon mask, the M4 goggles, Logan Wave Cell helmet. Sick. Yeah, big shout out to Anon. Again, yeah, it's sponsoring the channel this winter, and it's such a no-brainer. I've already loved the goggles for years. And yeah, if you guys, I feel like most people nowadays wear a helmet, but like it's 100%, recommended wearing a helmet. There's at least one time every season where I take a pretty firm hit to the head, but like with the helmet on, you get up and you're fine, and you can just continue riding. I can't even remember the last time I was riding without a helmet. It's probably over 20 years ago. So the helmet, goggle is, having good goggles too can really make your day as well. Just having that like clear pair of goggles with the proper lens. This past trip in Revelstoke, we had some amazing snow, but there was also some foggy days. And like on the hill, I would have I had my highlight lens in, and on the fly, I was like getting into my backpack and swapping it out for the low light lens when the clouds would roll in. So they've actually included some different lenses. Let's check out what this lens is. Another dope thing I think about these goggles is the hard shell for the lens case, just to protect them. Oh, sweet. So what is this? This looks like a low light lens, kind of like an amber colored lens, like orangey amber. So a lens of this color is really going to help to brighten up the snow or on like a foggy day, and also to add some contrast. So this is like super key on those like low light days, especially if you're getting into terrain where there's there's potential for like cliffs, or riding into some like double black diamonds, or even single blacks, or just anywhere really where being able to see properly is like so crucial. So we got the low light lens. This one here, I can't quite tell. It looks like sort of like a mid light lens, so kind of maybe good for everything. Sweet. Yeah, I'll link in the description, guys, to the goggles as well, and the face mask if you guys want to check that out. And, oh, awesome. So we've got even more lenses. Maybe let me know, guys, in the comments, how many lenses do you guys have? I mean, I definitely feel like I'm being spoiled here. There's 4 lenses, but yeah, let me know if you guys just rock one lens for everything, or if you have 2, or what your lens situation is. Oh, sweet. So this looks like another low light lens. So this one's kind of got like a pink tint to it. Oh, and this one is cylindrical. I wonder if the goggle can do both spherical and cylindrical lenses. Let's check it out. Let's try it. So I'm going to try to swap between spherical and cylindrical. I believe there's a name for that. I think it's called toric. So that's the spherical. So if you guys don't know the difference, spherical is more like if the lens was in the shape of a ball, so almost like a 3D, like it's curved top to bottom, but also curved left to right, where the cylindrical is just curved from left to right. Oh, yeah, they do. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you can, with these the Anon M4s and probably M3s as well, you can have cylindrical or spherical. Very cool. I like this kind of seafoam greeny tint to it as well, or frame. So a couple different lenses. Let's see what the, oh man, I'm getting filled up down here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, I can't quite see it, but I got a mess going on. All right, let's see what this lens is. Oh, sunny day red lens. Yeah, I really like these hard cases because when you're storing your extra lenses, you don't want them to get scratched or anything like that. And especially if you're bringing some extra lenses up in your bag or inside your jacket, having that hard case is really, really practical. All right. Oh, sick. So this one's like a really, almost like a, yeah, like a red lens, almost like another mid. Sweet. So 4 different lenses. I'll have to do some in-depth, some research into seeing what lens is best for which day. But yeah, really stoked. Big shout out to Anon for sending this out. And even the Anon lenses I have at the moment, they're still in like awesome condition. Been wearing them like every snowboard trip, every day up on the mountain for the last like year. So been working out really well. And if you guys are, if you're curious of how often you should replace your helmet, typically once you have a hard impact with your helmet, it's always a good idea to replace it. And yeah, and if I have 1 impact a year, it's usually 1 helmet a year as well. So let's get on to some more boxes here. Let's see what else. Let's do a quick check-in with you guys and see what you're saying. Talk says go to Crystal Mountain. Yeah, we were in Crystal a few weeks ago, but yeah, I would love to get back there. Jonathan saying I have 5 lenses for my M4s. Awesome, Jonathan. That's a good amount. We got Oscar watching from Germany. Patster saying M4s are great. I have 3 lenses: low light, variable, and bluebird. Awesome, man. B&D looking to upgrade to the Anon with lens options. Sick goggles. Awesome, man. Corey saying is 3 sets super blacked out. 3 sets of super blacked out dark lenses. Oh, prism pinks and then some super light yellows. Awesome, man. And Heavy Chevy saying he's got two lenses. Oh, we got super chat from Jonathan saying, hey Kev, I have the M4s and green. I was wondering if you ever wore the MFI face mask, if you notice your goggles fogged up. I was using the MFI face mask, but switched back to blackstrap face mask. Yeah, I think that if you're wearing a face mask and it's a warm day and you have like a lot of heat starting just to like fill up around your face and helmet, then it's just gonna fog up anything that you're wearing. So if you feel like you're too warm and you're breathing and it's just getting too foggy, then you just need to like either maybe take a few layer off or just have your mask down a bit more. I find like most of the time when I'm riding, I have my mask down, like no matter what mask it is, just because as soon as I put any mask up above my nose, then that's when it just gets too warm and things start to fog up. I think for different people as well, everyone kind of runs at different temperatures. I have some friends who are always cold and other friends who they could be wearing, thin gloves and thin jackets up on the mountain and not get cold at all. So it kind of depends on if you run like naturally colder or warmer. All right, let's get into this next box. If I can find my scissors, they're there. All right. So 2 more boxes. I feel like this is going to be another helmet, but could be wrong. Oh, I think I'm wrong. Oh, wow. What is this? Okay, cool. This is pretty cool. So I've got Anon t-shirt. Sweet. Oh, it's got like the little pocket with the symbol. All right. Another Anon t-shirt. Nice. Oh, this is like, okay, this is pretty cool. I've never seen like a package like this in one of the stores before. Oh, sick. So this is, it's the MFI magnet face mask integration. Oh, damn. Okay. So 2 things on here that I'll show you guys is they actually, so because the goggles are different sizes, the way the face mask connects to the goggles changes as well. So if you get, depending on what goggles you get, you're going to get a different piece that fits into the mask, that clip, like that magnets in. So there's a few different ones here for different size goggles, so that's really helpful. So one thing to be aware of if you get the MFI mask with the goggles is you got to make sure the nose piece that connects them is the same size. Oh, cool. So this is like a heavier like hooded heavyweight face mask. And yeah, it's got the MFI tech right there to clip in. Awesome. So this will be, there's actually a potential next trip for us is going to be possibly back to Lake Tahoe. And we're looking at the weather, and it looks like it's getting into like the negative 12, 13 degrees Celsius. So like a heavier hood like this would really come in handy. Sick. Yeah, this looks really cool. And then we got this mask as well. So this one looks like it could be a lighter weight mask. So again, there's a couple different options for the Magnetech, different sizes for how the magnets connect to your goggles. All right, sweet. So this mask is like much thinner. So I feel like the thin mask, like for me personally, I like much prefer just having a thinner mask. Just because once I'm like on the mountain and moving, I feel like I just naturally warm up in whatever temperature. So yeah, this is a much thinner mask. And yeah, let's check it out with the goggles again. So we'll see if this one is for the M4s. So the clip in this one, it may actually be for the M3s because I feel like it's not quite clipping in. So then therefore, I would have to get the M4 clip. But yeah, thinner face mask, just a bit more versatile for lots of different riding conditions. Sweet. Oh, one more box. All right, so this one is, what is this? All right, cool, it's another helmet. So this is, yeah, another Anon Wave Cell helmet, XL. Awesome. Sweet, awesome, so 2 helmets. Yeah, it's always good. Like, you know, you never know when you're gonna, you know, possibly need a second one, so I've got 2. Yeah, maybe I can do like a giveaway at some point and give away one of these helmets. Sweet. So yeah, again, what I like about the Wave Cell, the Anon Logan helmets, just like very minimal design, you know, nothing fancy. But on the inside, they've got that Wave Cell technology, all that green stuff to keep you safe. And then they also have the BOA dial so that you can adjust the inside. And for me, like I actually remove the ear flaps just because I find when I'm snowboarding, like I want to be able to hear as much as possible. And sometimes these just kind of like muffle a little bit. So, but these are easy to take off, the ear flaps. So just pop those off and then it's good to go. But yeah, stoked. It's got 2, oh, so black and blue. Awesome. Oh man, okay. Sick. Yeah, thanks to Anon for sending out all this stuff. I feel like, yeah, set now, helmet, goggle, face mask combo. And yeah, stoked. I'm stoked to try out a cylindrical style lens too. I haven't tried one of these in quite a while. Sick. So let's see if you guys have any questions or comments about the Anon stuff. Paul says, yo, does the Anon helmet really sync up well to the Anon goggles? Or is it negligible compared to Smith, etc.? Yeah, so that's one thing to check when you are buying a helmet and goggle combo is that the brim of the helmet matches the top of the goggles. And yeah, for sure, I think because when you do get the combo with the same company, it's gonna fit like better, if not perfect. And I've definitely noticed just from riding Anons is that it's like a seamless fit between the top of the goggle and the brim of the helmet. So That really helps. If you do have like existing helmet or existing goggles, vice versa, definitely try them on together just to make sure that the goggles fit with the helmet, or at least the brims match up. We got El Stacker dropping some potatoes in the chat. Not quite Bryce saying the blue would pop with my kit. Awesome, man. Yeah, I feel like that's like a part of it too. For me, like I like just going with the more matte black, just kind of keeping it neutral. But it kind of like, it varies. Like if I was wearing a more black jacket and pants, maybe I would go for the blue helmet just to mix things up. Oh, Nate saying, what resort in Tahoe? So at the moment, so I have the Icon Pass, so I'm looking to possibly go snowboarding at Palisades. But there's also a few other resorts around there that that help us out with tickets. So we'll see what if the snow actually does come to Tahoe. It's still a little bit, a little ways away, but we'll see if it does. Yeah, we'd love to. So last time I was at Tahoe, I rode Sugar Bowl, Homewood, so two of the smaller resorts. So I've never actually ridden, and I've ridden Heavenly before too, but I've never ridden Palisades or Alpine Meadows. So I'd like to check that out at some point. Snowy Slope says, will storing your board upright thin the camber / rocker? I don't think so. I think that like the way you store your board isn't like if it's upright or flat, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Jasee Brooks says, is it really worth spending a lot of money on goggles? Newer rider here, so I'm not sure what to splurge on. Thanks. That's a good question. So I think for like a new rider, gear-wise, like snowboard, boots, and bindings, you can all like keep those at like a very low price point. So sorry, Mike. As my dog's just barking at somebody over there. Boots, bindings, board, you can really keep it at a low price point because some of the higher end tech that come in the more expensive boards and boots and things, you're really not gonna like get the use out of that as a new snowboarder. So you can definitely keep that at a low price. In the past, I thought that maybe boots would be the thing you want to spend more money on, but a lot of the boots that are really expensive also tend to be stiffer. And I think maybe just have some of that like higher end tech that, more advanced riders are gonna get the use out of. And some of my favorite snowboard boots are actually like the least expensive and most comfortable. So, that way, so for that stuff, you can spend less. Jacket and pants is maybe somewhere where you can spend a little bit more money because if you live in a climate where there's potentially going to be a lot of like wet snow, then you may want to have like Gore-Tex, and that's going to be a bit more money. So jacket and pants is somewhere I would maybe spend more of my money. And then helmet and goggles, I would say that that's a place too where you can actually spend a bit more money because protecting your brain is probably the most important thing. So, I feel like helmets do a good job across the board. But, if you get that bit more protection with a more expensive helmet, like that could definitely be worth it. And then goggles too, for like being able to see. When I used to teach snowboarding, one of the most difficult things I think new snowboarders would have is being on the mountain with like goggles that were too small or like hand-me-downs or old or just like that would fog up. And if you can't see, it doesn't matter about any of the rest of your gear. You're not going to be able to see the contours of the mountain. You just may become annoyed by the whole process of snowboarding if you can't see well. So goggles is definitely a place where if you spend a bit more money, you don't have to get the highest end stuff, but I wouldn't recommend, like, because you're a beginner, you don't have to spend much money on goggles. If you can afford it, I think that's like a place. Whereas a board binding boots, that's where I would actually recommend spending less, because you're not going to use that higher end tech that comes with more expensive gear. Half Farrell says, "Can I get a free board? Mine cracked." Man, if I see you on the mountain somewhere, like, if I do get extra boards and I have like an extra one at times, like I'll give you a board, man. So come see me, Half Farrell. Where do you live? What's your local mountain? KCJ saying Nevada side of Heavenly is the best. A quick recap too of the last few weeks. So if you guys have been checking out the videos, we were at Crystal Mountain for like 3 or 4 days of riding. Had an amazing time. My first time to Crystal Mountain in Washington. If anyone's from Washington, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Crystal. But yeah, the snow came there, and we stayed at the hotel, like right at the base, which is like the first time I've ever done something like that. And it was a pretty cool thing, just being able to wake up, walk out the door, head up to Crystal. And yeah, we found some pretty good snow. The thing I found the most unique thing about Crystal is how steep some of the gates, backcountry gates were. There was like some really steep terrain up there. So I was like impressed with that. Some of the really steep chutes, like small cliff drops and trees. So it was super fun riding at Crystal, met some really cool people. So had an amazing time. Then we went to Mount Schweitzer in Idaho for a couple days. It was a bit of a challenge because the conditions were strange. So it rained. It had snowed previously, and then it rained like the night before we got there, and then the rain froze, creating this like crazy like crust on top of the snow. But the snow was okay. But Mount Schweitzer was a really cool place. Like the whole layout, the bowls, the views from up on Mount Schweitzer. It was really like a surprise to see like how awesome of a mountain it was, because I hadn't heard of it before. And like when you think of Idaho, mountains and snowboarding doesn't really, it doesn't really ring too much of a bell. More, you think more of like potatoes in Idaho. But yeah, Mount Schweitzer was awesome. Northern Idaho, just like an hour from Canada, and had an amazing time. But we'll definitely go back to check it out when they get some more snow. So that was cool. And then some videos that are coming out soon are all from Revelstoke in BC, Canada. We saw that the snow was coming to Revelstoke, and we booked our trip. My buddies Yannick and Rav, who are visiting from the UK, so they're touring around with me. And if you guys have seen the videos, you've seen them in some of them. But Revelstoke delivered like tons of snow, and Revelstoke Mountain is next level. It's so big. I think it's like got the most vertical in all of North America. And it's steep, trees, cliffs, places to get stuck, like all kinds of stuff. If you guys ever go to Revelstoke, like take your time exploring. It's a challenging mountain, and it can be pretty deadly. But we got some really good snow, and stoked to share those videos with you guys too. Also got my first front flip tame dog down, so I was really excited to finally land one of those. So that's going to be in a video coming out soon from Revelstoke. I'll give away a beanie shortly too. So beanie sticker pack. I don't have any stickers nearby to show you guys, but yeah, if you guys want an SPC beanie or sticker pack, I'll put a link in the description, and let's give one away very soon. Mr. Low and Slow says, I just learned a backboard 3 days ago, and I'm struggling with front board. Do you have any advice? I just learned to backboard 3 days ago and struggling to front board. Any advice? For the front boards, I would say like the most important thing is practice that front board like motion on the snow first. So practice that over and over and over again until you get really comfortable with the front board motion of getting your board sideways. And then when you first try it on an easy box, ride on 50-50. And then twist, like go on straight first and then twist into the front board just to slowly get the feel of it. And if you can build it up like that, trying it on the snow, riding on straight and then twisting it, that'll set you up to eventually be able to just hop right into the front board. Build it up in stages. B&D says, I'll take the beanie and the blue Anon helmet. Yeah, sick, man. Yeah, I think this is like a good combo. I don't really want to put it on right now because it's gonna be too warm. But yeah, it's a pretty good combo. The blue and red. We got Nick watching from New Brunswick, Canada. Awesome. Thanks, Nick, for hopping on, man. Kenny on board says, hey, Kevin, I ordered a beanie while you were on a trip. Do you ship those out? Yeah, we do. So as soon as the order comes in, we got the whole system set up that they get shipped out very, very quickly. So it's like a well-oiled machine. Corey says, getting ready for a trip to Keystone area on February 7th, and then hopefully to Mount Hood on March 7th. If you have been to Mount Hood, do you have any recommendations? Mount Hood is awesome. Yeah, are you riding at Timberline or Mount Hood Meadows? But yeah, if you're staying in government camp, there's definitely some good restaurants in there. I forget what it's called, but there's like a brewery at the end of government camp. And I'm not a beer drinker really, but the food there is really good. So if it's open, I would definitely check that out. And yeah, that whole like highway up and down is just full of restaurants and cool things to check out. In terms of the mountain, if you ride Timberline, the park is super fun, but there's also some really fun gullies to ride through. So maybe check out some of the gullies up at Timberline. Adventurer Carlo is saying that he whacked the like button. Awesome. Thank you, Adventurer Carlo. I hope your snowboard progression is going well, man. I saw you in one of Al Stacker's videos learning to snowboard. That's awesome. Steven says, hey, what's your favorite continent to board? I guess I'm partial to my home continent, North America. But yeah, I love getting out there too, over to Japan and Asia, over to Europe for Austria and Switzerland, even down south to Australia and New Zealand. Aaron says, I recently learned how to ollie. Do you have any advice on ollie higher though? Yeah, for ollieing higher, it's all about loading your tail up. So practice that. I think the most important thing is really finding like the right place to ollie though. So when I'm riding down, if I'm riding down like like a green slope, I'm kind of looking for a little bump or something in the snow where I can then like ollie off of. Because that little bit of like the bump that creates that bit of pressure on the tail of your board can really help you to like just send it next level. So thinking about moving your weight back towards your tail, popping off of the tail, really using that back foot, and then bending your knees. You know, once you get that spring off the tail, bend your knees to lift your board up level, and just keep practicing. The more you do it, I think the more air you'll get. Mika says, do you like the Sensor Plus or the Sensor More? I'm looking at getting the Plus, but want your opinion. So for me personally, I like the Sensor Plus more. It's more aggressive. It just feels like more stable at high speeds. However, depending on your riding ability, if you're a more intermediate, like beginner intermediate rider, I would recommend just the regular sensor because the regular sensor is going to be a bit softer, easier to press, a little bit more forgiving for turning. And yeah, so that more forgiving feel for turning and easier to get into butters and presses. I feel like the regular sensor will be better for that if you're a beginner or intermediate. But if you're an advanced or like expert park rider, I'd recommend the Plus because you get that more precision feeling. A bit more snap and pop, a bit more stable at high speeds. Yeah, so that's another thing to consider too. If you're riding like at really high speeds, I think the Sensor Plus is better. It's going to be more stable because of the stiffness. If you're riding sort of just average speeds, then maybe just check out the Sensor. B&D says, bring back the Orca. Awesome, man. Yeah, that's a sick board too. Yeah, the Orca was super fun. Rode that for a couple seasons. Sean says, thanks all for all your videos, Kevin. You helped me get back into boarding after a 15-year hiatus. Your enthusiasm and love of the sport is contagious. Appreciate all the information from experience. Awesome, Sean. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm so super stoked that you got back into it. 15 years is a long hiatus. So yeah, welcome back, man. That's sick to hear. V says, any tips on keeping stickers to stick on your board, even waterproofing them? I think like in terms of stickers, like staying on your board and like being waterproof, it's all about just finding quality stickers. Honestly, like I feel like if it's not a quality sticker, then it's just gonna peel off or the water's gonna ruin it. So just try to, if you can, stick with the quality stickers. Patrick says, I got a lot of fog with line miner goggles. Would Anon M4 be better in terms of fog? I think they would be because, so last year I was riding Whistler and it was during like there wasn't a lot of travel and you had to wear a mask in the lift lines in Whistler last winter. And so everyone would be wearing a mask. And obviously if you're standing in line, breathing into your mask, then some of that warm air is going to go up into your goggles. But with the Anon M4s, you could just like pop these out while you're in the lift line, and then you're good. So you're just standing there with no lens. You can maybe just like put it into the sleeve or just hold it in your hand. I would hold it in my hand until I was at the lift. I would just pop it back on, and then once you're on the lift, then that's when you can pull your face mask down. So the main thing with like getting fogged is just having just too much heat and hot air around your face. So the ability to be able to like just quickly pop the lens out is huge for avoiding fog. Daniel says going to Mount Okemo in Vermont next month, hoping for another big storm for the Northeast. Awesome, Daniel. Hey You says, how can I keep my goggles from fogging? Yeah, so for keeping your goggles from fogging, again, it's all about just like air circulation and not getting like too much heat going on. So, to keep your goggles from fogging, if you're feeling too hot, pop the lens out, pull your face mask down, even take your helmet off. If you're like not snowboarding, just pop your helmet off. All those things, anything to stay a little bit cooler and do things that get the like air just like moving and circulating. Jake wants to know what I think about the LibTech T-Rise Pro. Yeah, it's a good board. I feel like for me, the issue I had with the T-Rise Pro is that I didn't really know where that board it's kind of like a board that can kind of do everything, but I didn't know where to use it and where to take it. It wasn't like a perfect board for anywhere for me. So I preferred the Orca at the time because it was more powder specific, and then having like a more park specific board also. So, and for me too, the camber of the T-Rise Pro just wasn't my favorite. I think I just felt like it was a little bit there's maybe too much rocker in it for my style of riding. I know a lot of people love that board, but yeah, for me it was like I preferred like the Orca, a more powder specific board. WK with the super chat, awesome, appreciate the support. WK, awesome, man. Matthew says, Santa Cruz snowboards, ever used one? I haven't, I've never seen like a Santa Cruz snowboard actually out for sale. So I feel like they're not really making too many boards. Corey says he loves the T-Rise Pro. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I mean, different boards for different riders. Google G wants to know what happened to Nomis. They made some cool stuff. So I think, yeah, the guy that created Nomis, Simone Chamberlain, I don't really know the full story, but yeah, I just kind of, I think one season, maybe they got too big and then they couldn't they couldn't like keep their, like, I don't want to guess. I don't really know exactly what happened, but I know that that was a cool brand. I remember I had a Nomis t-shirt back in the day. And yeah, that was like a mid 2000s brand that really blew up. Patrick wants to know, why is there so much spam? Yeah, what's going on with it? Big shout out to the moderators for keeping the chat fairly clean and organized. William has got a really cool board. The Gentem Stick Manta Ray has been my go-to board. Awesome, William. What's your home mountain? Are you riding it over there in Japan? Daniel, how do you like the Jones Twin Mind Expander? Thinking about getting the 154. Yeah, I think it's kind of like for an intermediate like park rider, it could be a really fun board. Or just like, I think it's like a fun board for cruising because of like the uplifted contact points. It's got some of that 3D in the nose and tail. And it'd be a good board too if you want to do freestyle and powder. So if you want to do switch landings and powder and things like that, it's that's kind of what it's designed for, is for riding powder and being able to do some freestyle in it. So yeah, I found it to be a really fun board. So yeah, it's kind of good for those things. All right, let's do the beanie giveaway. All right, beanie giveaway. All right, we got to do some kind of question, and then whoever answers it first will win a beanie, SBC beanie, and sticker pack. So let's see, what can the question be? Do you guys have any recommendations about a question? I feel like maybe something to do with Anon. What's a question? What's like almost like so I was talking about Anon, the helmets. Yeah, let's like think about this. Okay. David says Anon lenses versus Oakley lenses. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't really put a lot of them. I should do like a comparison test. That would be pretty fun. All right, question for the beanie giveaway. Let's all right, let's make the giveaway a question that actually I didn't know the answer of, that maybe you guys can find out. So the wave cell technology in the helmet is supposed to do 3 things. If you guys can tell me what those 3 things are, there's 3 words that the wave cell technology does. I wonder if it's written on here. So the first one to answer that will win a SPC beanie and sticker pack. Oh, it's written here. Oh, you guys got it? Okay. Oh, this is cool. The answer is right here. I got the answer at my fingertips. So the wave cell, so for the giveaway, what is the wave cell specifically designed to do? Chuck Fan, that's a good guess. Oh, okay. So I think that V has it. Oh man, there's so many comments coming through. I can't read it. Okay. The answer is 11. I like that. Chuck, 24. I just want to read a few of the. So V, flex, crumple, glide. Let's see if he's right. So the Anon wave cell Logan helmet, the wave cell is designed to flex, crumple, and glide. Yes, all right, V, you got it, man. Or man or woman. V, you got it. Awesome, cool. Nice, thank you guys all for playing. Yeah, flex, crumple, and glide. So Crumple. Cells crumple to help absorb impact energy like the crumple zone of a car. Flex. Cells flex to help divert impact force away from the head. And glide. Cells glide to distribute rotationally force, helping to redirect energy away from your head. Awesome. Sweet. Congratulations to V. So if you want to claim your prize, all you have to do is email me at team@snowboardprocamp.com, and I will send you out a beanie and sticker pack. Awesome. Congrats, V. Let's see if there's any other good answers in there. I feel like a bunch of people had that answer, but Phantom had it. William said MIPS. David had it. Chuck Van, crumple, cush, crack. I like it. Lewis had it. Oh, Captain had it. BND had the crumple. Avera, reduce initial force, crumpling into lower impact velocity, glide to help redirect energy away from the head. You had the like more elaborated on answer. Mr. Lowe, flex, crumple, glide. Kenny on board, the crumple stuff. Nice. Yeah, Mr. Low and Snow, flex, crumple, glide. Awesome. El Stacker said potato, potato, potato. That is also the right answer. Flex, crumple, glide. Yeah, Mr. Low Snow. Awesome. C had also a more elaborated. Awesome. Yeah, a bunch of people had it. Sweet. Cool. Yeah, thanks. Awesome. Congrats, V. Yeah, just send an email to team@snowboardprocamp.com. We'll get you a beanie and a sticker pack. Jake says Capita DOA versus LibTech T-Rise Pro. So I think the biggest difference, Jake, between those two boards is the profile. So the T-Rise Pro is more, it has the, what is it called? It's more of like a camber rocker hybrid. So there's a bit of camber under the feet and then rocker in the center and towards the tail. So it's a more like banana sort of leaning style board compared to the DOA, which is more just camber with some like early rise towards the tips. So I feel like the DOA is a bit more of an aggressive board, a bit more stable at high speeds, a little bit more catchy, I guess, because of the camber. However, if you know how to ride it, that shouldn't be an issue. Where the T-Rise Pro is a little softer, a little bit more forgiving for riding the edge to edge. Prude the Priest says, thoughts on the Capita Kazu Kukobu as a powder board? Yeah, I think that's like it's a decent powder board. For me, it's not like powder specific enough. It's kind of like a good do everything board. But for me, there's just not like quite enough taper, and I'd like it to be a bit wider with like maybe a bit of a swallowtail. That's the kind of powder board I prefer, like a more powder specific board. It's kind of like a good, I think, all mountain style board. So can ride in powder, but then can also like ride the rest of the mountain and do some freestyle stuff. Lewis says, I wear glasses and been trying to find some good goggles that go over them. Any suggestions? Or do you know anyone who rides with glasses? Yeah, absolutely. So Lewis, check out this company. They're called Sport RX, and they sell they'll make you a pair of inserts that will insert into your goggles. And if you send them your prescription, they will have the insert made, and then it'll just fit inside of your goggles. So that is probably the best thing to do. So check out Sport RX on the internet. Other than that, I guess if you do want to wear your glasses under your goggles, then find a pair of goggles that kind of sit out away from your face a little bit. I'm not exactly sure which ones would be the best. But you can get inserts, prescription inserts from Sport RX. If you maybe call them or email them, and if you tell them that Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp sent you, maybe they'll give you a deal or something. Fudd Hater says, I have Sport RX inserts. They're awesome. Nice. Oh, Ben says, let's see the Anon goggles again. Nice, okay. Yeah, the M4s. Yeah, and if you guys have seen the videos, I've been wearing these goggles, not not this exact lens or model, but I've been wearing the M4s the last 2 years, or 3 years now. 3 years on M4s. Yeah, I think they're like the biggest goggle, the most peripheral. They sit close, and they've got the Magnatech, super easy. And then you got the face mask. This one won't pop in, this one will. And then you also have the face mask. Put the face mask on, and then it just pops up like that. Sweet. Let's see how long it'll take me to fog these up. But yeah, pops off easy. And then also the Anon Logan helmet to keep your brain safe. Fudd says, LOL, I also just bought the M4s, much more viewing area than the M3s. Definitely, yeah, like I think it kind of depends on the size of your face. Like for me, I have a larger face, so the M4s are perfect. I also have an XL helmet. I think if you're wearing like a small or a medium helmet, then maybe go for the M3s, just because then it's gonna seem big to you. B&D says, what model are your white and black goggles? So those are Anon M4s as well. But yeah, they're just the white and black style. Jake says, what do you recommend for all mountain? Oh, do you mean between the DOA and the... I'd recommend the DOA. For me, I prefer that one. Joshua, how do you take the war pads off the helmet? War pads, is that what they're called? War pads? Yeah, they come out pretty easy. So, yeah, for these ear pads, I take these out just because I really want to hear as much as possible while I'm riding, and I kind of feel like these just kind of don't let me hear quite as well. But I think you start just by bringing the strap thing through. On both sides. It's like a little strap. You just pull it through here. So kind of releasing. Oh, another cool thing about the helmet, I forgot to mention, I'll show you guys in 1 second. And then the ear thing just pops right out, like this. So it pops out, and then you got the helmet. And for me, without having those ears, I can just hear so much better. Yeah, with the helmet as well, the way it does up is with the magnet as well. So that's really cool. So that's cool. Yeah, and I think for me, no ear pad. It's like much easier. Whoa. Foot Hater says, Kevin, were you ever an instructor at Whistler, specifically the Max 4 sessions? I was an instructor in Whistler about 10 years ago, but I worked in like the teenager program. So it was called Ride Tribe, and it was like 13 to 18-year-olds, I think. And that's where I spent most of my time. All right, let's do one more question. Xenon says, jump scare. Yeah, my dog's bark is like loud. It's very piercing. Powder, do you prefer Anon over Oakley? Yeah, so when I first got my first pair of N4s, it was actually in the Circle in Whistler. And I was planning on getting a pair of Oakley line miners at the time. Or maybe I had Oakley line miners at the time, but when I tried the M4s on, the reason I switched was because of the field of view. They were just more field of view with the M4s over the line miners. I like the line miners as well. I think they're really good too. But that's why I switched over, just a bit more field of view, a bit more like visibility. And yeah, shout out to the Circle in Whistler. That day, Steve up at the Circle, he gave me a discount on the M4s. So if you guys are in Whistler, pop in and check out the Circle. And Jason says, hey Kevin, thinking of picking up a GoPro for the first time. Thoughts, advice, love the content. Jason, awesome, man. Yeah, I'll have to make like, I have like a top 10 tips for filming with the GoPro video. Maybe I'll make another one of those. But yeah, definitely check out the GoPro 10. It's awesome. Get like an extendable pole for it. And yeah, the GoPro 10 is awesome, man. You just can't go wrong. Get some extra batteries, have a few extra batteries on hand. And yeah, when you're filming, just film like the things that you want to film. Don't leave the camera running for like 2 hours and hours, because you can then just build up all kinds of footage that you may not use. But yeah, it's awesome. Just use it a lot. And it's a great way to capture moments snowboarding for yourself and with your friends. Sweet guys, just gonna end it there. Big shout out. Thank you guys all for hopping on. Thanks for everyone that did a super chat. And yeah, big shout out to Anon for sending out some helmets, Logan helmet, goggles, M4, and the face masks. I'll put links to all this stuff down below if you guys want to check it out. And also shout out to V for getting the question right. We'll send you out a beanie and sticker pack. And if you guys want to check out SBC merch, I'll put that linked below as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hopping on to the live chat. I hope you guys are having fun out there snowboarding, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Awesome. Later, guys.